That is right, dudes and dudettes. One awkward intro aside, we are going to be working on create, and that is a building for it. It's just the shell. I'm going to change it up. Just wanted to get the basic structure down, and that was originally going to be it, but I didn't really like it. I was just like, I don't know. Probably going to end up tearing this down. I want the base to be wider and that to be narrower up at the top, but I think that'll look better. But I'm going to end up tearing that down. Very similar design to what it'll be in the end. But yeah, this is where our create little... Hey. Oh. This is where our create little base is going to be. So yeah, we're going to have some boilers in here. And then one more other thing I wanted to do is... Let's see how this looks real quick. Okay, I want some space for the boilers to go from create, so that's going to be good. I'm going to go ahead and run an ME cable all the way over there. Wish me luck. Just going to dig down a bit. Call it good. Okay, so while off camera, I did task our system to create a heck ton of dense cable, so it's not an issue of getting it. We have it all coming in. We need some polished tough. Getting low on that. Okay, so dense cable here, we've got over 1,000, so we can make this whatever color we want. Let's look at the dyes that we have. We've used brown. We have not used cyan. Okay, so 6 stacks should be more than enough, and we're just going to run it here. Bang. Device online, and we're gonna kind of zigzag it around and back, and we're in the home stretch. Device online. Perfect. And we have so much more left, but that will give us access to all of our items, which is what we want. So let's go ahead and make some cable here. Well, that should be a good amount. We got a stack here, and then I do have, oh, wait. We can set it to create it. Look at that, we don't even have to make it ourselves. It already made it, jeez. There we go, we have our own crafting terminal, so we're gonna get access to all of our items over there. Yeah. So that should mean that we can just go right here. We can place our ME crafting terminal, device online, and that's all of our items right there. I'm gonna break this guy for now. Put that here. Let's make some anchors. These little guys here. Alrighty. So there's our items in our base area here. I'm gonna go ahead and sleep real quick. Okay, so we are rocking and rolling now. We've got our ME crafting terminal set up. Let's go ahead here and we're gonna get into create. So the main purpose of getting into create today is I want to go ahead and make some soul sand. Now I could just pretty easily make it if we just did some nether essence and fire essence. We could get 16, but that's boring. I feel bored by that. I want to do the bulk haunting, where you haunt some sand into soul sand. So you just take an encased fan, push it through, and then on the other side, like right in front over here, that's where the soul sand goes, and then it gets moved. So we're going to be working on that today. So we've got a little bit of stuff to craft. Starting with, we're going to need a way... Oh, wait. I'll leave this here. Okay, so we're gonna need a way to make some stress units. Now I did check, I don't believe there's anything like a generator yet in this mod pack where you can turn, kind of like, this is a creative motor, but basically you can turn power into rotational force. I don't believe we have any of that, so we do have to kind of go through the long way. So we're gonna use, oh my gosh, we have 6.6 million andesite and 1 million iron nuggets. We're never gonna run out of andesite alloy. I'm also gonna set up a lot of auto crafting and stuff like that for us. So we're gonna go ahead, get a couple stacks of these. All right, and then we can go ahead and make some large cog wheels, and then we're gonna make some cog wheels. So there's a stack of those. Okay, And so then we're gonna make a water wheel to begin with. Get a bucket. And I guess we'll go ahead and turn that into the large water wheels as well. Okay, so temporarily we're gonna set up a little... Nothing happened to those chickens. What are you talking about? We're gonna set up just a little spot for them here. So I believe that is how big they're gonna be. Yep. Good. And then we're gonna set up a little containment ring for them. I believe... Yeah, that's going. We're gonna also have some of them... Can we do... Okay. So this should give us some more stress units. I'm not sure if that still works, but we've got the water coming over across the bottom and going like this. I mean, the only way you could make it potentially better is by having like a liquid go up. Not sure if that'll work. I wonder if bubbles would work, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead now, and I want to get some goggles. Yes, these are engineer's goggles here. Okay, so string will work. So we can go like this. Now we just need a gold plate. We have other ways of getting plates, so now we have our engineer's goggles. And that's gonna take the place of our brain bucket. But we can do that for now. So yeah, as you can see, 512 stress units, which is good. So that's how much rotational force we have. So we gotta pay attention to that. And that technically can turn the fan at this point. So, get some oak logs. Actually, we're gonna get these stripped oak logs. And then we're gonna grab our andesite alloy. Oh my gosh, 39 million slime balls. I didn't realize that. And then we take our andesite alloy and we click the stripped logs. I did this earlier in the series, if you guys do remember. So we put those back. I don't think we'll need that many. And the encased fan is just 4 iron plates and an andesite alloy in the middle. Get a propeller. There we go. Soul sand. You go like this. Take your flint and steel. And I'll show you guys how this works. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a big cogwheel here, followed by small cogwheel here. So this is going to double the speed. Going to put a big cogwheel here, and then a small cogwheel here. So this doubles it, big to small, because these are spinning at the same speed. So then that's going every, I think, 2 rotations. That one goes 1. I mean, you could even go further and make it faster. Oh, not there. As you can see, that's moving faster than that guy by quite a bit. But I think we'll be fine for here. Let me take a look. Oh, wrong way. Yeah. So you do one of these. We put this down and we light it on fire. And yeah, we get an effect. We stand in it. Oh, don't run into it. But now if we put that here, we grab some sand. And we go like this. Oops. Turn the magnet off. Okay, so those effects, that is the haunting. There you go, soul sand. We just turned that into soul sand. So we got our first soul sand. So that's the general process. We're gonna set up a stonework factory in here to give this thing a bunch of soul sand. But yeah, that is the general premise of that. But we can go ahead and replace this with something better. We're gonna be making some boilers. Or sorry, steam engine. That's what we're gonna be making. So we put the steam engine on the side of a fluid tank. Connecting it to a shaft creates the kinetic output. This is where that comes from. Pump water into it, and it will generate rotational force from the pressure of the steamed water, essentially. Blaze burners make it faster. Higher power levels require more water size and heat. Lowest current power levels can be inspected by engineer's goggles. Each added power level, an additional engine can output at full capacity. So we're going to be making a couple of these guys here. That's level 4. 4 engines. So pretty neat. Those got some lava cakes, I believe. So they are generating a crazy amount of power. 8 engines requiring 3 pumps. And those guys are cooking. So how do you make the blaze cake again? Oh, just lava into a blaze cake base. We're going to be able to do this pretty easily, honestly. We've got infinite lava set up with that guy. So yeah, we're going to be having those guys in here somewhere. So let's go ahead and get going. I just got really excited. I've been wanting to play with Create for a while now. So we're going to need some barrels. And oh my gosh, we had a lot of those. So in this corner here, we're going to have a space to walk. Okay, we'll grab those. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll start with 4. We'll get some campfires going. All right, so those are rocking and rolling. We're gonna get a pump. There it is, mechanical pump. Need a fluid pipe. Mechanical pump. I'll make some of those later. I don't know where we're gonna quite put this guy yet. I'm gonna just put him here now. Oh, we need to make a wrench from Create. Okay, so with the wrench, we can go ahead and change the direction of that. So once that moves, that will be cooking. I wonder, could we just do a sink? Okay, with the sink, if we just do this and a fluid pipe, that might actually work. That is working. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a steam engine, which is just like this. So steam engine, gold plate, andesite alloy, block of copper. We're gonna make a couple more of these. Whole stack. Okay, that was a lot. Gonna make 4. Okay, so that was moving. Then that should now run on itself. So now each of these is running off of one of those. I don't know why we did this, but this is essentially now running. Except it's not even connected here. So what we can do is get a bunch of kelp over here. All right, so we got quite a bit of kelp. I'm gonna go smelt it. All right, all smelted. Maybe used some fun items. All right, and so I don't know why I didn't just do this. We're gonna take that kelp and we're gonna turn it into a mechanical belt. Like so. What we can do is these are spinning opposite directions. Shoot. There we go. Now those are connected, but we also got ourselves some mechanical belts at our disposal, so that's a good sign. Okay. So those are going good. We're gonna make ourselves a speed controller now, rotational speed controller. Okay, so this is where we need to get to. So we need to make a deployer. Okay, so this is where the recipes are going to start to get kind of advanced. So, brass. Could make an alloy kiln, but we don't need to. Okay, so the brass plates, we're just going to... Okay, maybe I shouldn't have right-clicked. I think we'll be okay. Now we need to make one of these. Iron plate, no problem, but this guy, make some sandpaper. Like this, sand and paper. And rose quartz. Yeah, we need to get some of that going. So you go like this, and you combine them together. One in your offhand can be either or. Doesn't have to be like that. And there you go. So 1 paper is good for 8 of those. I think we'll be fine for now. I'll just leave that in there. And go through. We need to make some electron tubes. We're going to convert all of these into those. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna make 4 total deployers. Because oh, that one's a press. I'll have to look into that later. Actually, the metal press, I want to get that automated or figured out. So we're gonna do that at the same time. There's our bonker mechanical press. This guy bonks things for us. All right, let's get ourselves some more mechanical belts. Those. Okay. Jeez. All right, then we're gonna need some chutes. These will allow us to put items, or funnels, sorry. These will allow us to put items onto a conveyor belt. So this is essentially what we're making, and we're gonna be doing that now. So I'm gonna grab some andesite. Okay, so we've got a lot there. I don't know what block we're gonna be using in here quite yet, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 on the 4th one from the wall. I know it's silly. I made this for you guys so you guys could see what to build, but we are already tearing this guy out because the other one is just gonna work so much better. Okay, so this is where we're gonna set our input, and this will be for our mechanical press. So can we do this? We can. Can we do this? We can. So this is where it's gonna press. This is where it's gonna end. I want it to look kind of cool. Don't want it to just be as, you know, it's okay for it not to be as efficient as possible, but it is not okay for it to look lame. All right, those are our terms. That's my money and I want it now. Okay, so that's there. We can go ahead and do one of these, potentially. Okay, that's where we want that. That's all I know. And then 1, 2, 3 here and here. And the cool thing is, because I did it this way, we'll be able to put all of our deployers there, so they'll look good. 1, 2, 3. We rotate that. Aha. No. Yes, this is the way. Good. So now we just need to get one input to there. Yeah, and these are the filters. Good. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. So now we can set up the input chest. We can set up the export chest. And the side funnel. And the side funnel. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we're gonna make some of the cool gearboxes. Like so. Set that to be a vertical gearbox. So that will come up. We'll set this one to be a vertical gearbox. And then we'll need another, okay. Yeah, we'll need a vertical gearbox here. Okay. I know we don't need it to be there, but I just want it over there, you know? Okay, so vertical gearbox here. Then we're gonna run our shaft this way. And all I have to do is break that guy. And then we're gonna get just a normal gearbox and put it right here. So now, once we connect this guy up, should work great. Good. That is technically hooked up. Yes. So now, if we take gold, we put it in here. Hello? Thought he was mad at me for a second. Oh, we need to power these guys. I totally forgot about them. There we go. So that's pulling it out. That's gonna get schmacked. Booyah. And we could run this underneath as well if we wanted to. Love to see it. It's working good. Again, the faster we can get it going, the better. So what do we need for that? Now that these are working, we need small cogs in the first one. We're gonna need a chute on top of it. The chute will hold the items for us. Where are you, Mr. Chute? Scaffold. Ooh, scaffolding. That looks good. All right, so here we go. We got ourselves some chutes. We're gonna grab some drawers, like so. We're gonna take these chutes. We're gonna go first like this, and then like this. So the small one is gonna be here. That's got the cog wheels. So we need the small cog, the large one, like so. And then we need an iron nugget. Oh, that's a lot easier than the mod pack I was playing earlier. All right. So there we go. We have 13 gold plates. Put these in here, and we should get started. It sure is. We might have to do this a couple times. Yeah, see how that's needs to go through again? There's a way to automate it, and I don't feel like doing it now. And they can fail. But I think they'll fail at the end. Oh, we're out of the small cogs, so you can make some more. Okay, gonna make some large cogs. And we're storing some of the nuggets. Cool. So that should be a lot of them. Again, once these get through, we're gonna be able to get a speed controller over here somewhere so we can do it a lot faster. Yeah, because the stretch units we're producing are pretty good. We're producing 2048. So we're sitting pretty comfortable. All right, getting close. This is very industrial feeling. so those guys probably won't move, so I can put some edge lights on them. Go the upper part. I was hoping it wouldn't do that. What about here? Yeah. So these guys probably won't move, so I can probably do that pretty comfortably. And then, yes, that will allow me to do that. We got some good light in here now. Good. All right, so looks like we got a couple of them. When they fail, they just give you back a golden nugget. Well, we got 2 precision mechanisms. So we're moving good. Need to make some brass. Alloy smelting. Okay. Okay, got a little bit of brass here. So we can go like this. Create the flywheel. And then we need brass and the oak. So now we have the brass casing. So now we can go like this and like that. Rotation speed controller. Love to see it. Okay, so that's how that guy works. So if I go like this, yep, that's going to be turning. Oh. Oh. It's just a normal cog. Or a large cog. Yeah, look at that speed that we're getting. Holy heck, Batman. So we go here. Grab a shaft. Oh, it's spinning the wrong way. As you can tell, that is quite a bit faster. We could even move it a little bit faster too. It's cool. You can see the items in there. I like that. So yeah, we've got a couple of those rotational speed controllers. I'm going to put most of this stuff back. You know what we could do? That's just called a belt. Okay, so we're going to do a brass funnel. The brass funnel will let us filter items out the side. I don't exactly know how that's supposed to go, so we're just going to leave it for now. There's a way to blacklist an item from coming out, and what you could do was set up a loop so that it would just keep going around and around and around until it finished. So you go like this to here, and then you would reverse it. Yeah, so you connect those up, put one of these here. I wonder if this will work. Okay. So it works that way. But you see, yeah, so that's how you have the belt set up. So that they could move it over there, and then load it back in. Okay, so I think we've got a list here. We grab these, we can set it to deny. And then put that on the andesite here. Set that for the filter. Okay, we did it. We had to use a couple of gearboxes here in the middle. But essentially, this is going to run until it's completely out or they're here. So I've got a filter here. You can use the filters to set up blacklists and put them here. So this is not going to take out the precision mechanism. And then it's just going to keep going around and around and around until it gets done with all of these. Or we're out of items like it seems that we are. So let's get some... Nope, don't want to do that one. So there, we're back up and rolling again, and it's just kicking them out as we're going. Are these used for anything else? Factory gauge, rotation speed, train controls. Ooh, mechanical arm. I'm glad we have that because the mechanical arm will come in handy. Extendo grip, potato gun, wand of symmetry as well. All right, so material stonework factory here. This just needs power, so we're gonna give it a flux point. All right, so I'm gonna set this up a little above here. I'm gonna put a chute on that. Crush the gravel, sand, nothing. Okay, so just gonna give this guy power. And then it just needs lava and water. It should start pumping it out once we get there. Yep, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna make a couple of fans. Actually, I think we just need the one. That goes there. Okay, so this comes down. There we go. So then all we have to do is light that on fire, and that will slowly but surely cook our items. We can even get a depot at the end here. I think we'll do that. So depot, then here, then here. So that's there, like so. Okay, so gearbox here. That's actually gonna need to be a gearbox, so then bam, bam, like so. Yes. So now if we light those guys on fire, yep, those are getting good. Perfect. So now we can cover these up, and that's given us soul sand. Hey, mechanical arm. I wonder, could we just put it onto a hopper and then go into a chest? Or let's do a drawer. Going into a drawer. Okay, so watch this. We're gonna set a funnel here. We're gonna click it here to put it in. And so then we're gonna go ahead, take our mechanical arm. That guy's there. Here, input, output, sets it here. We take a tiny cogwheel. Let's reduce the speed maybe a little bit. Whoa. And crank. Guess I'm just gonna leave this on. Overstressed. Okay, so let's kick him back up. All right, I guess let's get another pump going. Okay, water's doing good. Okay, we're getting lots and lots of water in there now. Heat is where we're lacking. See about going up a little bit more in tank size. Now water's struggling. Okay, so we need to get some blaze burners here. Only we knew a place to get blaze. I tried to save you, Blaze. Okay, we got ourselves some blazes. Get the hover off. Okay. I want to see something here. Ah, we're gonna need a deployer for each of them. Okay. So let's see. That brings up our, wow, just having one guy fed, that brings up so much power. But I think we can take advantage of that. So we have our AE system here. We have a crazy amount of wood essence. What nature essence? What does that yield us? Anything flammable? Technically, yeah. We do just have coal. We could feed this guy in a deployer. Yeah, so I've got an extra deployer right here. I think it needs to be one more back. There's an item pipe. Item pipes do go into it. Okay. There's no way it can be this easy. Oh, but it is. Okay. So I've got an export bus here. We're gonna grab a cable and we're gonna grab some coal. There it is. And we're gonna run the exporter here with coal set to it. So when that runs out, it's gonna start giving it coal to eat, and then that'll fill up 2,000 coal. We could even put that here on this side, break that, and now we're producing 16,3840. Yeah, water is good, heat is good. Let's go ahead and make another deployer. Okay, so brass hand. All right, deployer. Get rid of this guy. So now we've got 2, and we're producing 32,000 stress units. Okay, let's see if we can reconnect everything. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so those are all doing good. There we go. And we now have full sand automated. Holy heck. And we have it in a really, really cool way too. All right. So we're gonna lock this to be soul sand. And we're gonna add that in. Let's see where we can get this guy to fit in. So takes it from the side. There's one of those. Okay, we won't worry about that guy. What we're gonna do is, for now, so now we're just waiting on the production. Good. So efficiency, speed, processing. We're gonna add these 3 guys in. Now we're cooking. Guess we can make it a little bit faster. Try 160. Ooh. Okay, so we've maxed it out on speed. I almost wonder if we should add a second fan on the back here to spook it twice as fast, you know? I think that would be too difficult to do either. Alright, just temporarily, we're gonna add in secondary fan. I wonder if we should almost like put a buffer drawer in the middle. Okay, I think I found a temporary system here. So I've got 2 of these going. I actually took out the speed 2 upgrade in here and I put in a speed 1. It seems to be doing pretty good. Yeah, it's flowing pretty good. We can only do 1 at a time, so I don't know if it's the best way. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think we should do. Might need to encase this with soul sand fire and do that, because I somehow, yeah. Oh, you can wash it. How was I getting soul soil? Dirt? Oh, some dirt had gotten on. Oh, that makes sense. Anywho, I've got this working now pretty good. We're collecting a pretty solid amount of soul sand. That should be fast enough to support a wither builder. So I guess next episode we're working on a wither builder. I'm going to be working on this off camera or potentially on stream. Might actually do it on stream. So make sure you guys are following me over on Twitch. Link in the description. But I'm going to wrap up the episode for today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to hit that like button. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. This has been Superturtle, and I'll see y'all next episode. Take care. Peace out.